Yo, what's up with y'all, man? I hope you're doing good. If you're new and you're a fan of the NBA, subscribe to this NBA channel. So let's get straight into it. Literally, the only team everybody has their eye on and wants to beat is the Golden State Warriors. They've been on top of the game since 2015. In these last 3 years of dominance from the Warriors, they've won about 69 games on average each season. And during that period of time, their main man, their guy Steph Curry, was healthy for the most part. Steph only missed 8 games in the span of 3 years. So him being healthy and ready to go is the main reason why Golden State was so successful. But prior to this success, Curry and his ankles were having it tough early into his career. His first few years in the league, his ankles were being punished. And this season, his ankles are being obliterated once again. This year will be his first time since 2010 playing less than 78 games in an NBA season. As we all know, recently Curry got injured once again on a Friday night against the Atlanta Hawks. The same night he was making his return just off another ankle injury, he got hurt again because big back JaVale McGee landed on his knee. And just recently reports came out saying that Curry will not play in the first round of this year's playoffs. That actually came out of Steve Kerr during a press conference. So this hurts the Warriors a lot. They already got KD, Klay, and Draymond out, but those two will be back shortly, so that's not really a big deal. But this news right here is a slap to the face. I'm not saying they're gonna lose in the first round or anything like that. No, my guy, I don't think that's gonna happen. But these W's are gonna be a lot harder to come by now. When you watch Golden State play without their two-time MVP Steph Curry, you can notice very quickly that Steph Curry is hands down the most valuable player to that team. He allows everyone on his team to do their part effectively because he's such a threat to defenses as soon as he crosses the half-court line, and he opens up space for everyone else on the court. Without Curry on the floor, the Warriors just aren't the same team. They're still a great team, but they aren't untouchable anymore. After KD and Klay, the offensive talent on this team drops off. Since Curry is out, who the hell is supposed to be the third option on offense for the Warriors? Draymond? Man, hell no! We all know Draymond is not an elite offensive player. That's not his job. Scoring is not his strong suit. So not only do they lack offensive talent while Curry is out, I'm not gonna lie, their offensive system as a whole is kind of broken. The Warriors thrive on off-ball movement, setting back screens and all that type of stuff. What the hell they finna do with the best off-ball player in the NBA gone now? I mean, yeah, they still have Klay and Durant, but they really can't run their regular plays through Kevin Durant. They need and really have only 2 guys who can run their offensive sets, and that's Curry and Klay. You know, KD can run around screens and all that, but that's not really his thing. You won't see him do that often. So that makes things much harder on Klay Thompson because he's the only splash brother out there that defenses have to worry about. So teams can throw multiple bodies at Klay Thompson. I'm telling y'all, man, the Warriors are really vulnerable without Steph Curry. Nobody on that team performed at the same level without Curry. Not Klay, not Draymond, not nobody. Except for KD because, he's KD. He can literally do whatever he wants with Curry or without Curry. Now, one thing that the Warriors can do better without Steph Curry is play defense. Steph isn't a bad defender by any means. He's actually pretty good at the defensive end. He's a great team defender. But once in a while, teams like to ISO Steph Curry and they bully him. They play one-on-one basketball. So with Curry out, teams can't bully anyone on the Warriors anymore because everybody can hold their own. Anyways, if we take a look at the standings, as of today, the Warriors would face the Minnesota Timberwolves with a healthy Jimmy Butler. Now, the playoff picture probably will shift. Teams have been switching spots and standings all season. The West is so tight right now, but the Warriors can potentially face the Minnesota Timberwolves, who are the 7th seed. OKC, they can potentially be the 7th seed because they're inconsistent as hell, and then they can also face the Spurs, who could drop back a little bit too. Those are the 3 teams that I think could possibly end up as the 7th seed at the end of the season. I also forgot to mention New Orleans. Bro, to be honest, I really do not have no clue who will be where in the West at the end of the season. But what I do know is whoever the Warriors face in the first round of the playoffs, that series may go as long as 6 games. These teams are going to be tough for the Warriors with Curry out. Curry is basically their entire offense. And you know what makes things even harder on the Warriors? Their bench isn't even all that good this year. They lost out on a lot of depth due to the KD signing. But with all that being said, I still think the Warriors have what it takes to get out of the first round without Steph Curry. And I'm almost 100% sure that KD will get them out of the first round. But yo, this should show you that the Warriors' time as an elite team in the NBA may be coming to an end soon.
Oh my God! Wow! Oh my God!
All these injuries have been destroying Steph Curry this season. They aren't doing nothing but slowing down and making Steph Curry more fragile. Curry just turned 30 years old not too long ago, and these constant injuries are going to rip him away of his agility and quickness, which is what he relies on to be able to move around the court. So that just shows that the Warriors aren't going to be dominant for very long anymore. Because of the injuries, their franchise player has suffered. These last couple of years, injuries has always played a major factor as to who wins the NBA championship. Last year, some people tend to forget that during the first round of the playoffs, the Portland Trail Blazers' newly acquired big man Yusuf Nurkic went down with an injury. And without Yusuf, the Blazers aren't nearly as good of an offensive team, and they definitely drop off defensively too. He was their guy to hold it all down in the paint. So the Warriors faced them without their third best player. Then in the second round of the playoffs, the Warriors faced a Utah team that was dealing with injuries throughout the whole season. And in the first game of that series, the Utah Jazz lost out on their starting point guard George Hill, who by the way was having the best year of his career by far. And the Jazz had to run with some dude named Shelvin Mack and a 35-year-old Joe Johnson as their second and third option on the team. Joe Johnson, by the way, was completely cheeks in that series. Dude only shot 31% from the field, so the Warriors swept past by them in that series and ended up moving on to the Western Conference Finals. And we all know what happened there in the first game. Kawhi went down with an injury in the second half that would take him out for the rest of the series. And once Kawhi went down, that series was basically wrapped for the Warriors. So all last year until the NBA Finals, Warriors swept through the West because of injuries. And I didn't even mention that the first championship that the Warriors won, LeBron didn't have anyone on his roster. K-Love and Kyrie were hurt. So during the process of the 2 championships that they got, most of the teams that they beat were going through some type of injury in the playoffs. Now the Warriors are going through the exact same thing. This kind of reminds me of LeBron's situation back when he was in Miami. During his last year under contract, Wade was battling through injuries, and he experienced a slight drop off as a player. Wade only played 54 games his last year in Miami, and they didn't even win a championship that year. So their little stint of dominance really didn't last too long because of injuries. And it looks like it's the Warriors' turn to go through this stage as well. I'm not saying they have zero chance of winning another NBA championship. Nah, I still think they have a chance to win it all this year because Steph is supposed to come back during the second round of the playoffs. But their little reign of dominance is going to be coming to an end soon. And who knows, it could be as soon as next year, or maybe even this year, or maybe even the year after that. Who knows? What's kind of interesting is that their 2 superstars, Kevin Durant and Steph Curry, both deal with some type of injury almost each and every year. Curry, of course, it's usually his ankles and sometimes his knees. KD has his random minor tweaks as well too. Last year, KD missed like 20 plus games. He had the same type of injury that Curry has right now. So hey, it's all about timing and when these injuries occur. But as for this instance for the Warriors, timing is on their side, thankfully. Curry isn't gonna miss the rest of the playoffs. But hey, I would not be surprised nor shocked if Curry or KD went down with an injury during or right before the playoffs anytime next year. History shows that every single dominant team goes through something like this. And for Golden State, their time may be up soon. The Warriors need Curry at all times if they want to win games. This year when Curry hasn't played, the Warriors have a record of 13-9. They have a worse field goal percentage and they don't put up as many points as they would with Curry. Like I said earlier, since Curry is basically injury prone, maybe during the playoffs next year or maybe the year after that, if Curry goes down again, the Warriors aren't winning another ring. Period. But this is the end of the video, man. Let me know what you guys think. I appreciate you for watching. And give this video a like, and I'll get right with you.
No way, remember back when I couldn't get a play, no home, I ain't have a place to stay, I got to work, made the shirt, free the way, so my girl, who'd ever thought?
Peace.